What's up, Fishin-atics? So check it out. Remember that redfish we caught yesterday? Sorry, I started without the camera lady. What we are doing is we are going to do some smoked redfish. So what I did, and I'm going to show you a little trick, because when you're dealing with these reds this big, bigger fish, I tend to notice are a little bit more difficult to clean. So as you can see right now, I'm just using my normal inside fillet knife. Fillet it just the same as you do any other fish. For the backbone. Start at the top, work your way down if you like. And then right here is the money spot. So here's the backbone, okay? So we're trying to get as most of this fish as possible. What I'm gonna do, I find where the backbone is separate to the ribs. I'm just gonna go ahead, cut that off, all around. Go underneath it. Sometimes it's a little bit hard because you got this membrane right here. So you kind of got to cut around the membrane to get to the backbone, and then you just kind of peel it right off. All right, so this, you got your pin bones in here. You'll still have a little bit of spine left. So you can take that with your fish gripping gloves, pull out this lining. You don't even really need to pull this out. I'm just showing you guys where it's at because we're gonna smoke it, so it's all gonna fall off the bone, right? And then this is the only part where I would really actually pull off. This is the little bit of the lining here, the belly. Just a little blood line, nothing to be too concerned with. But, you know, we're trying to get the belly meat because that's some of the best part. So you just kind of use your knife, scrape out that little bit of blood line. Just kind of like you're giving a shave, you know what I mean? And that's those big scales I was telling you about. Now, with the bloodline right here, doing it, what we're doing is we're gonna do it on the half shell. Notice, still got skin and scales on. Because once we get this out, this bone will peel right out. This is all gonna come right up. And then you got this belly meat right here, which is very soft and very fatty. You can even tell the difference if I just do, yeah? Yeah, you can see, zoom into my little buddy over there. Say hi, Jackson. Oh, hi. Okay. So you can even tell the difference by the, sorry this is a little bit yellow. It's just, I had to freeze it for a day or for a week or so. But you can see the, Daddy's trying to do something. Yeah, in a minute. The firmness compared to this. So just for all intents and purposes, just because the person who's recording this is going to end up eating it, so don't want to have her too grossed out. You got your pin bones through here, and your bloodline, so you don't really even need to take it out, but you can. An easy trick is to go ahead and go while it's still on the half shell, and you can see where it's at. So you got your little 45-degree angle, and from there, if you want to, you can peel it out. I'm just doing this to show y'all. So I'm gonna try and keep most of this as possible. So I'm gonna show you, see how there's, because you got a bloodline right up against the skin, and you got a bloodline that runs right through the center cut. So this is good. We're good here. We don't really need to worry about that too much. So we're just gonna cut this right here. We'll leave it because once we cook it, this whole thing's gonna peel off. The belly meat's gonna peel off, and the bloodline's gonna stay right where it's at. So then, what we're gonna do after that is we are going to, let me rinse off my hand. Before I start getting seasonings everywhere. And then right here, if you guys can see this is Everglades fish and chicken. If you notice, I've been using a lot of Everglades. I picked that up from my my YouTube heroes. Robert, Deer Meat for Dinner, Arrington. So this fish and chicken, can be very liberal with it. Then you're gonna go ahead, just because redfish does have a little bit more blood in the bloodline in it, so that's what gives it that fishy flavor. We go ahead, stick it there. And we take, love these little Lando Lakes. Come in little cubes so you don't gotta waste the whole thing. Put it here. Then we're gonna wrap it in tin foil, throw it on the Traeger for a little while. In the meantime, I'm sure you're wondering what happened. Here's the other side of the fish. This, I'm gonna go ahead, and you've already seen the blackened recipe, which is super easy. Just use this stuff and the butter, you're good to go. Just knock your sides off of the fillet. This is how you're gonna get the most out of your redfish, by using like the whole thing. You can also get, there's a lot of meat in the jawline too, because let's say if you're gonna take something's life, you wanna make the most out of it. You're not just there to, you know, do whatever you want, be a good angler, good conservationist, because ultimately that's what's gonna let you catch more and do more later on. So this so you cut that. That's one way I find, is to kind of quarter it. So you knock out, when you're cleaning it, take off the head. Use that center torso right here, which you saw me take apart. And then you could use it on the smoker on the half shell. And you could even do the fillets on the half shell. And then underneath the jawline is a bunch of meat. All right, see y'all in a minute. All right, guys, now that we double wrapped it, make sure to double wrap it, because you got that butter in there. Use your heavy duty aluminum foil. They have Pitmaster's Best, all other good stuff. The thicker, the better. That way, you know, you don't spring as many leaks. I got my Traeger here, my pellet grill, or my pellet smoker. Those of you that want to whine about pellet smokers, blah, 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 blah. You use an oven, right? You use a stove. Y'all don't cook on open fire all the time. Ain't caveman times anymore. Use what you got, make the best of it. All right, so we'll take it here. I prepped it to 225 just because it is cold out. So I prepped it to 225, and then I put the dial down to 180, so it's slowly dropping. That way I got a nice even temperature to put it on. So make sure when you're putting it on real quick, that temperature is going to drop. So keep it on the half shell, skin side down. We're going to let that smoke nice and tight for about 2 to 3 hours. That way the internal temperature is about 145 degrees. After that, see you at plating. All right, guys, so I know I said I'd see you at plating. I lied. Terrible liar. Just kidding. What I changed up the plan was, because you can take about 2 to 3 hours to smoke the reds, just depending on the thickness and size, what we're going to do now is have to set them. The temperature's been a good steady, because it's been at 180, it's cold out right now. It's been a good steady 155. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. You saw me just bend down. What we're going to do is keep them on the hash shell, like so. And because they've been open They were sealed in. They're gonna be nice and cooked. Oh yeah, look at that. The meat's already starting to flake apart. Smell the lemons. All right, so what we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna keep it nice and folded up. And what I did down there is I flipped it to smoke mode. Okay? So I gotta hurry up so we don't lose a good temperature. And then I'm gonna open these. So you can see there is no trick camera work. I got it on high smoke mode. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let, when I was dropped a bit, so what I'm gonna do is let this smoke for about another maybe 20-30 minutes, nice low and slow. By then I'll be ready to eat. What's up, Fishin-atics? Back at the lab again. So check this out. We are done, son. So we have this right here. Let me just shell on. Let me there we go. Redfish on the half shell. So you just take that. The bones come right out, and try a little bit Butterfingers here. See how it just peels the skin, the shells, or the scales. Come right off. Oop, oop. There we go. Right there. Voila. All you gotta do now is, this is the kid's salad, but you know what? Hey, this is real life. Normally we'd match it in fancy bowls. But you got your veggies and starch. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, Jackson, you want some? You want help? Yeah, he wants help. Say hi, Jackson. Say hi to your fans. Say help. Help. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it. Just put some lemon on there for garnish, or if you're not one of those, type of fishy eaters, go ahead and throw that on there. Let me just show you one more thing before we roll out. This is what your finished product will look like, and then you saw me do that over there, so you're just peeling it like you saw earlier. You'll notice the darkness because of the bloodline, so that's why I pre-cut it. So all you gotta do is bam, pop it right out. You are good to go. All right, all you Fishin-atics, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Tasty Tuesday. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check us out some more. You guys want to see more stuff? I do surf, I do turf, I do it all. Cook some wicked steaks too. And I always have kitchen helpers. Hey, love you. All right, so in the meantime, keep the lines tight, rods bent,